Week 67 update. So this morning I knew that I had to go and pick up my son earlier from school because today is an early release day from their school. And on early release days, the teachers, they get out of school at 11, and the teachers, they have like staff development, or either they have parent-teacher conferences too. But I think today is like a staff development day. But so I knew I would be sitting in the car by the line this morning. So I just said, what better time to film this update? So welcome, guys. My name is Patrice, The.patrice.denise, and I am on a journey, or I am living a healthy, sustainable life one day at a time, one step at a time. And I'm on the medication Mounjaro. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not a healthcare provider. Definitely check with your doctor and your provider regarding the plan of care that works best for you. But I am on the medication Mounjaro and have been on that medication for about a year and almost a year and a half now. I started in November 30th of 2022 was my first injection. And this medication does help with managing blood sugars in type 2 diabetes. It also aids in weight loss and weight management, and they have a new form, or not a new form because it's the same medication, just a new name, branded under another name for weight management, and that's Zepbound. So if you're interested in information on Mounjaro as well as Zepbound, definitely check into the description box below to get that information. But what I've been doing weekly is just going over how my weekends went, on the medication, as well as just in my life in general, and just updating you guys along the way. Because I am in my car, I don't have my little trackers that I usually show, but I am going to show a video of those when I get to that. But first of all, my current weight is 159.2 pounds. You know, I am weighing myself monthly now. I don't weigh myself every week like I used to, just, you know, to try to take the stress of it all off of me with that, because I am under where I set out to be. My goal weight was to be under 160. So I'm just barely there, but I'm there nonetheless, right? So, and that weight, I weighed in at 159.2 on February the 28th. Today is, March the 13th. Today is Wednesday, March the 13th. And my next weigh-in will be on March the 27th. And I'll definitely update you guys on that. I am on the 7.5 milligram dose of Mounjaro, and my last injection was actually on yesterday. I kept telling myself throughout the day, because I have it on my phone, so a notification will come up in the morning. I might want to change the notification to come up in the evening, but a notification came up and reminded me yesterday that it was my injection day, and I was like, already? Wow. But I said, okay, I'll do it in the evening. Well, evening came and went, and I was laying in the bed, and I was like, oh, I forgot to take my injection. So I got back out of bed about 10 something last night and injected the 7.5 milligram dose in my arm. And I have been doing it in my arms, back and forth between my arms, and for the last couple months, and I've been feel that has been working better for me. I used to do it in my abdomen, but now I do it in my arms, and I feel that has been working better for me. Really, is there a difference in your injection site? I don't know, but I think as long as you're getting it into the fatty areas of your body, and maybe because I have this extra little piece right here, it works better in that area for me. No side effects that I've noticed in the last couple months. Basically, I think I was the main side effect I had was fatigue and constipation all along. At one point when I was first starting out, I had the little queasy, nauseous feeling, and that was definitely after I ate something that had a lot of fat in it. And so I've been taking note of that. I took note of that and kind of changed things up. But all along, the fatigue and the constipation continued. Fatigue the day after, so maybe today I might be a little tired, but fatigue the day after, and then constipation throughout. But I continue to drink water. I use stool softeners as needed, and Miralax as needed, and that I don't seem to have a issue with that anymore. So definitely, monitor your side effects if you're on this medication. I have been checking my blood sugar every morning, and that's my fasting blood sugar as soon as I get up. And this week, my fasting blood sugars were great. They were good. Starting off on March the 7th, because I do like a week span. I update you guys on a week span. So starting on March the 7th, it was at 104, and that was the highest. And then the lowest this week was the next day, which was March the 8th, and that was 81. I'm trying to think. Oh, well, yep. So on March the 6th, I think that was a Wednesday, right? March the 6th was a Wednesday. I did go out to eat with some longtime friends of mine, my best friend, my best friend, and some other friends that we have. We went out to eat, and I did have some fries at that dinner. No, was it dinner? Yep, it was a dinner. We did go out dinner. So I had some fries. So I think that's why the blood sugar was a little high. And then yesterday, I went out to eat with co-workers, because one of the ladies at our job is leaving. So we wanted to celebrate her. And so I did go out to eat with them, and I did have fries and bread. So my blood sugar this morning was 103. So I can definitely tell that my blood sugars are I wouldn't say high, because it's not that, it's still a good value, but they're higher than the other ones when I do have those extra carbs. So Mounjaro is helping to combat that, but I definitely know how nutrition plays into your blood sugars just by keeping track of what my blood sugars are each morning. So on the days that I eat those fries and have that bread, I do eat I do eat bread throughout the week as well, but I have my Sara Lee, the low carb one, the keto friendly one. So I eat that bread instead of normal, sandwich bread. So I can tell by my blood sugars when I have extra carbs. So my daughter and I, we are in this program called the Fit Family Program. Fit Family Program, and we meet weekly. So in my other videos, you see, I gave an update on how that was. And like I said in the other video, my step goal increased. Every week he's going to increase the step goal up to 10,000 until we get to 10,000. And so this week he set my step goal to be 9,120 this week. So with fitness, I am getting in my fitness because of having to reach that step goal every day. And if I reach my step goal every day with this program, then you get rewards. So in order to reach my step goal, because he increased it on Monday. So in order to reach my step goal on Monday, I had to kind of like do some dancing and some movement after hours. I would say after hours because it was at night. It was after dinner. And my husband and my kids were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm trying to get to my step goal." My daughter had already reached her step goal by that time. But yesterday I did some jump ropes. So yesterday my husband had the kids outside practicing basketball, and I went outside with them because it was nice. It's nice outside today too, but it was nice outside. And so I did some jump rope. LJ joined in with me while my husband was practicing with Mariah. I'll insert a clip here.
How much I got? 34. Not any more left. It's easy. That one was easy. 43. I'm gonna get 44. 49. Stop playing with me. I'm gonna get to 50.
So yeah, we enjoyed that outside. And then this morning I said, you know what, I need to try to find a way to get a good amount of my steps in the morning when I do my cardio, because I already was doing my cardio. Y'all know I do my cardio in the morning. So what I did this morning is I made sure I got at least 6,000 steps through cardio this morning. So right now, and it's 10:46 to give you a reference, right now I have 6,928 steps in so far, And so I did 45 minutes of cardio this morning. I got that 6,000 steps in, and then now basically I'm almost at 7,000, so I will have 2,120, about 2,000 steps left throughout the day to get in, because I do sit down a lot at the computer for work. So I was like, I got to try to find a way to get it in early. So this program is good. It's good. It's keeping me accountable, and he is going to move into nutrition soon, and then that's when I'll have to look and see if I need to count calories and so forth, and that will get me back. I'll say, I don't know if it'll help me to make sure I'm on track with my nutrition. Let's just say that, because I do feel that when I don't meal prep, and I haven't meal prepped in like 2 weeks, when I don't meal prep, who knows what I eat, and I do admit to that. Like, it's not bad, because I don't buy, like, we know there's no bad foods, but I don't buy, quote unquote, a lot of bad foods to have in the house, but I don't track what I eat, so I could be snacking on this and snacking on that. So this program is going to definitely wean in, or make me hone back in onto the nutrition part of it all. Overall, with my nutrition this week, I did have like tuna fish sandwiches with that bread that I talked about, the Sara Lee bread. I had the salmon again the other night with some broccoli. I did go out to eat a couple times this week, like I said, with friends and coworkers. Oh, and then Sunday, I'm surprised my blood sugar wasn't, no, because I only had that one meal on Sunday, really, yep. I did go out to eat on Sunday, and I had fries on Sunday too. So, ooh, this week had 3 times I went out to eat and I had fries. Ooh. So I like that I am documenting this and kind of making sure, and it's helped me to look back and say, So this program is going to help wheel me back in. It's definitely going to help wheel me back in. What else? So with my habits, with my daily habit tracking, I did read in my Bible. I did do my Bible study every day this week, and I wrote my prayers down in my prayer journal every day this week. In my Bible study, you know that I am concentrating on the woman in the Bible, and I just finished a couple, like early on in this week, Tamar and Ruth, and they compared those two because the book is saying that those two were outsiders, so they were not Jewish women, but yet they played a big part in the lineage of Jesus Christ, and they had this significant stories within the Bible. So like with Tamar, her previous 2 husbands died, and then Judah, the husband's father, he told her to go back home because he didn't want his other son to marry her, and she devised a plan to kind of get back at him, so to speak, and she acted as a prostitute, and when he came to her land, he impregnated her. He didn't know he impregnated her, but he impregnated her, and she was able to prove that it was his child because of some of his belongings that he left behind. And all in all, he had to kind of like own up to that, and because he was ridiculing her for becoming pregnant, because there was rumors going out that she was pregnant, like the woman who you sent back home, who was your son's wife, she's now pregnant, and that he just wanted to kind of like talk bad about her, so it wouldn't what he did by sending her back and not letting her marry her other son wouldn't look too bad on him. So like I said last week, if you dig some holes for others, you could be digging a hole for yourself. So with Judah, that was what was happening, and he had to own up to that. And then with Ruth, she was the daughter-in-law of Naomi, and Naomi was an elderly woman. Her husband and her sons had passed away, and she told her 2 daughter-in-laws, which one of them was one of them was Ruth, and she told them to go head back to y'all homeland, because I don't have any other sons that y'all can marry, so y'all don't need to stay with me. Y'all need to go ahead and go back home. But Naomi, I keep saying Naomi, but Ruth, she stayed with Naomi, and she traveled back to Bethlehem with Naomi, and by her being loyal and obedient, she found her Boaz. You know the story of Boaz. You find your Boaz. You have a single woman who's trying to find their love finds them. So, or they wait for their Boaz to come, and that's their husband. So she was able to marry Boaz through being obedient and being loyal to Naomi. So, and Ruth is actually the only non-Jewish woman who has a book in the Bible. So her story was significant as well. And that just goes to show that God can use whoever he feels like using. You don't have to be a chosen person or someone of high stature or whatever. These two women, they both were non-Jewish women, and they both were considered outsiders in that regard. And God used them, and they are part of the lineage of Jesus Christ. So God will use who he feels like using to his glory. And now I'm reading about Deborah and Jael. I hope I'm saying her name right, Jael. Y'all know I'll say a name wrong in a minute. But Deborah and Jael, they are significant because they're women of valor. Deborah was in the book of Judges, and she was a prophetess in the book of Judges, and she actually was the one leading the Israelites to defeat the Canaanites. There was a general, or was he like a warrior, Barak, and he was supposed to go on and fight the Canaanites, which the Canaanites, they had 900 chariots, or iron chariots, and so they were well equipped. And Barak's, or the Israelites, they didn't have none. They were on foot. They didn't have these horses and chariots. They were on foot, and and Deborah was telling them, go on and fight and defeat these Canaanites. But Barak was like, I'm not going to go unless you go. So he was asking a woman to help him, and she agreed. And she said, now I just want you to know that you're not going to be the one who defeats Sisera, and we'll talk about Sisera in a second. But you're not going to be the woman or you're not going to be the one who defeats Sisera. It's actually going to be a woman, and that's where Jael comes in, and she actually is the one who defeats Sisera. And Sisera is a general of the Canaanite army. But that goes to show, again, that God will use who he wants to use for his glory. So God was able to use these two women in this mighty battle, and they were able to be instrumental in defeating the Canaanites at that time. So if you just allow God to use you, he will use you. Okay? If you allow God, if you just step out on faith and make sure God is within all that you plan and you do, he will definitely use you. And I truly believe that, because let me tell y'all, that's what I'm doing now. I never ever thought that I would be like just continuing on with sharing my journey in this way. And I never thought that I would be one to just, I don't know, just be so open and talk with others and talk with you guys. But I'm stepping out on faith, and I'm continuing to do it. Some days I might be tired. Some days I might be asking myself, is it all worth it? But then I remember that there's somebody out there who just might need a word, who just might need some motivation, who just might need some uplifting, and then I take off and run with that. So I'm stepping out on faith, and I continue to step out on faith. I continue to trust in God. One, I'm not giving up. I'm continuing to continue on, and I vow, and I hope that you will as well not give up. You will keep that in mind every time. Life be life, and life likes to life. But we will not give up. We're not going to give up on our health journey. Right now, I'm on a financial journey. So that's another journey that I'm on. And I equate this financial journey with my health journey. So the health journey started like a year and almost a half ago, right? So that's a long time, and I can see the progress now. It's easier for me to see the progress now, but when I'm thinking about my financial journey right now, and I'm just starting it, I try to bring back remembrance of how I felt when I started the health journey. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm not going to pay off all debt overnight, because if I could, then I wouldn't be on this journey, right? It's just like with health. I'm not going to lose like overnight. You're not going to lose the pounds overnight. You're not going to be able to if you're trying to lose weight, do it overnight. Your blood sugars might not drop immediately overnight. It's a journey. So I'm equating that with my financial journey right now. that it's not going to happen overnight. It takes steps. It takes one thing at a time, one day at a time, one paycheck at a time, one a form of income at a time. It just takes time. And so I am moving forward with that mindset with that. So if you're going through something right now, you're just starting out something right now, just know, keep going, keep moving, putting things in action. So the book I'm reading, Atomic Habits, talked about movement and action. It's good to have movement. Say, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, but put it in action. Put it in action. So whatever you're thinking about right now, we can think about it all along. We can think about it, but put it in action. What steps are you going to take to get there? But what steps, think about it like that. What steps are you going to take to get there? But also put those steps into action. Move. This is my cousin calling me. Move your foot forward. Okay? Put it in action. Put it into work. So, I thank you guys for hanging out with me. And it is now 10:57. So, the guy who comes around and looks at the car rental numbers, he's coming around. So, I'm about to get off of here with you guys. But keep going. Keep pushing. Keep moving, but put it into action as well. I hope you guys this week is going great. Definitely sorry. Yes, put in the comments, how is your week going? How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. I hope your journeys are going great. Put in the comments how you're doing. A lot of you, like I said before, are starting Mounjaro. A lot of you are starting different journeys in life. How are you doing? I hope everything is going great and much success to you on your journeys. But put it in the comments below how you're doing. And newcomers, welcome. Join us. Hit that subscribe button. But thank you guys again. I love you guys, and God bless.